Right, so the ANC has recalled Raymond Mhlaba Local Municipality Chief Whip Councillor Lindelwa Penisi after she was caught on video swearing at people holding water buckets. It's understood she went on a tirade against residents complaining about a lack of water in Magaleni Township in Fort Beaufort. Let's take a look at that clip. So let's bring in Loyiso Magqashela now, who is the Provincial Executive Committee spokesperson of the ANC. Mr. Magqashela, thanks indeed for your time this evening. Quite shocking. I have to say that we had to blur out some of what others would refer to as F-bombs that were being hurled at some of the residents in that particular area, because we cannot play that on television. But quite shocking. What action has been taken? We understand that there's a recall that has taken place. How did that? How did talks within the PEC lead to that?
Thanks, Griselda. Good evening to you and the viewers of SABC. Firstly, we must express our, sincere apologies to the community of Raymond Mhlaba and the South Africans at large with the unfortunate occurrence that took place in that municipality. The PEC set on the 25th and the 26th, if I'm not mistaken, but Saturday and Sunday, I may just be confusing dates. But on receipt of this, it came exactly at the time when we discussed issues to do with the discipline that seems to be a challenge now within the ranks of the African National Congress and some public representatives. And we took a decision that we must then act swiftly and firm on any act of ill discipline as soon as it shows its ugly head. And it was then very fortunate that when we received this, it got to us after having taken such serious decision, and then we acted immediately and suspended the councillor from her position of being a chief whip, and then the proceedings now with the disciplinary processes are underway. We are getting ready to take her to the disciplinary hearing so that she goes there and accounts for such use of vulgar and violation of both the ANC constitution in terms of the code of conduct and that which governs the conduct and the discipline of public representatives.
It's quite clear by that video, which has since gone viral on social media, that there seems to have been a clear violation. I mean, some of the swear words that were used in that particular video are certainly inexcusable. It does show the particular person in question. Have you apologized to the community? Because certainly the complaints that they seem to have raised were legitimate.
Yes, Griselda, the leadership, the provincial secretary was in consultation with the leadership of the municipality, and that has since been done, and we are planning to go there again and because it is not easy now to convene people under one roof due to lockdown regulations, but the provincial secretary did speak to the mayor and everybody else in the area and the structures of the organization. And we still then have to make it a point that personally we go there physically and then talk to the people, whether in a very organized way, which abides by the regulations of the lockdown.
Yeah.
So that we kind of find an understanding and an acceptance of whatever would be our word of apology to the people. But we have since seen a correspondence that has been making rounds, that has been copied to us as well from the councillor in question, apologizing to the community. But as the ANC, we have since done it through the media, but we want to get into that space. Of course, we were there yesterday in that area of Magaleni attending a funeral, but we did talk to few leaders in that space and expressed our apology in that.
Mr. Magqashela, while you apologize for the conduct of one of your own there, what remains certainly is the water challenges in that particular area that residents have been complaining about for a while. What is being done to rectify the water challenges there?
Griselda, you would recall Amatole as a region or as a district municipality is one of the municipalities in the Eastern Cape that has been hardest hit by the drought. Now, there has been, if you would recall, unrest in Butterworth, where the Premier had to go. All these have to do with water challenges in that area. And though I may not say to you categorically clear that this is what is being done, critically is the provision of water tankers so that we cut water to the communities whilst the municipality, which is the district, is working to resolve all the matters.
But Mr. Magqashela, it seems to have been going on for a while. I'm sorry to interject there, but it seems to have been going on for a while. That is what has led to what we have seen on that video, where you have a very angry community and a very impatient councillor going head to head. Because in that video, you can hear one of the community members saying, yet we have our own challenges here, which I can't loosely translate to our viewers, who says we're being sworn at, yet we have legitimate complaints of water challenges in this area.
Yes, look, the challenge there is the drying of the dams there. Seemingly, the area doesn't have enough rains during rainy seasons, and their dams, their water levels, they quickly dry, and it still then remains a challenge. Hence, then you have to opt for water cutting so that at least there's a stopgap measure, because at times you cannot then manage. One thing that the Eastern Cape hasn't been good at is the building of dams, so that at least you have enough capacity, so that in an event where you are having a dry season, at least you do have reserves where you can then source water and provide to communities. That's one area which we have not been good at over years, which then I think there is, through the office of the Premier, ongoing interactions with the district municipality of Amatole, so that all those matters, they get to be resolved, because seemingly, as we look at it, it's a broad challenge in the area of Amatole.
Mr. Magqashela, as the disciplinary hearing, you say, will get underway, does this mean some kind of suspension? Is this with pay or without pay? Where's the process now? Can I just get some clarity on that?
For now, it's a suspension with full pay, but one has just been removed from being the chief whip, which is one of the critical areas in a municipality. She has then been released from such duties, but she remains an ordinary councillor. Then we are taking her for a disciplinary hearing, and then we have since interacted with the MEC for Cocta to come into the space and follow it up through the processes of the conduct of public representatives. So that in that regard as well, because there is a breach of the code of conduct that governs public representatives, whilst on the other hand, the ANC is proceeding with its disciplinary process. But I must frankly say to yourselves, she is now on suspension with full pay, because she is still undergoing the process of the disciplinary hearing.
I wish we had more time. Mr. Loyiso Magqashela, the Provincial Executive Committee spokesperson of the ANC. That councillor there suspended with full pay, of course, pending the internal disciplinary hearing that is still taking place, but of course recalled as a chief whip of the Raymond Mhlaba Local Municipality.